Good morning. I wish we were all together today on this mountain to be able to celebrate reunions, but also to just support each other and hug each other, showing our EQB for each other during this really strange time. I'm Susan Askew, class of '86, and I'm the Associate Vice President for Alumni and Parent Programs. And we had a wonderful schedule of events for this reunion weekend, and we are just so missing you. We look forward to being able to be together soon, and until we can figure out a safe time for when that is, we wanted to acknowledge what would have been your reunion weekend so that we can share the news and announcements that we would have shared, and to also spend some time together in this small virtual way. First, I'm honored to introduce our Vice-Chancellor John McCardell. He will share university news, and he wants to offer his well wishes in these last few days as his role as our Vice-Chancellor. Please welcome our 16th Vice-Chancellor of the University, John McCardell.
Good morning, everyone, and greetings from Sewanee. On behalf of everyone here at the university, I want to wish you a happy reunion year. Now, Susan has mentioned we will celebrate together when we're able, and celebrate, I promise, we will. As you can tell, I'm standing here in beautiful All Saints Chapel, where I'm now sending one of my last messages as Vice-Chancellor of the university. In a few days, I'll return to this same place to participate in a service of leave-taking, where I'll have the opportunity one last time with a captive audience to reflect on my 10 years here at the university and also prepare for a transition to new leadership. This event will take place on Tuesday, the 16th of June at 1:30 Central Time, and it will be live streamed. So I very much hope you will be able to join us then, if only virtually. But for now, I'm grateful to have this chance to celebrate your reunion the best way we can for now, from afar, but no less heartfelt for that. In fact, though it hardly seems possible that 10 years have passed, it was your classes with whom I first enjoyed a Sewanee reunion weekend. And so it's special and meaningful to me also that this should be our last. We've certainly been through a lot together. And I thank you. I thank you sincerely. I thank you profoundly for your friendship, for your support, and for all that you have done to help make these last 10 years at our university so successful and so rewarding. Now, congratulations in particular are in order to our award winners, and you'll soon be hearing from them. Julie Barabitsky, Catherine Wilkinson, Bob Gaines, and Nathaniel Owens. What a lineup. They've brought honor and distinction to Sewanee. We're proud of their many accomplishments, and we're grateful for their service to our university. Now, this year we celebrate reunion classes from a mere 5 years away through the 60th reunion year. And today we give special recognition to a particular group, members of the class of 1970, as they celebrate their 50th reunion this year. And they're being recognized, as only Sewanee can, as alumni exornati. Now, the word exornati means honored ones, and it comes from the Latin charge that just a few short weeks ago I gave to the graduates of the class of 2020. It's the charge that the Vice-Chancellor gives the graduates at every Sewanee commencement. And the recognition as alumni exornati returns to Latin 50 years later for a parallel statement of commendation and also of welcome, first in Latin and then in English. So wherever you may be, members of the class of 1970, I would invite you to rise in place as you are able, so that I may extend to you, first in Latin and then in English, the exornati reading. Alumni delecti et nunc bis exornati, vos gesistis probe et integre ad gloriam Dei, in honorum rei publicae, et in splendorem huius universitatis. Chosen and now doubly honored alumni, you've borne yourselves with uprightness and integrity to the glory of God, to the honor of the state, and to the good name of this university. What a pleasure it is to honor you now. Thank you for all that you have done. Thank you for all that you are doing, and thank you for all that you will yet do for our university. Now, I'd like to take a few moments, as I customarily do on this occasion, to give you at least a snapshot view of the state of our university. And there are many different ways in which the health of a university can be measured. There are many different standards to which a university may be held. But I have to say, with true conviction, that our university, particularly as it has weathered the storms of this last year, remains strong, remains vital, and remains committed to its mission of providing a first-rate, first-class residential liberal arts education to every student who comes here. Now, whether you were here as recently as a few months ago, or if you haven't been back for 50 years, I believe firmly that were you to set foot on this campus at any time of its activity, you would know right away that though there may be some new buildings, there may be some new faces, there may be some new trees planted since you were last here, you would know right away that you were at the University of the South. Why is that? Because you would recognize in our students a friendliness and enthusiasm for the university. You would recognize in our faculty and staff a commitment to their role as educators. Education broadly defined. Education that shapes the whole person. Education that includes the shaping of character as part of our mission. And educators that send forth into the world, after 4 years of time spent here, individuals who, for the rest of their lives, as we say in the baptismal liturgy, are marked forever as one of Sewannee's own. You would recognize this in their academic gowns. You would recognize this in the courtesy with which they greeted you. You would recognize this in whatever topic of conversation you might find yourself engaged in with them. You would find that for all the sundry and manifold changes of this world, this place called the University of the South has remained true to itself, never trying to be more like someplace else, seeking only to be a stronger and truer version of its essential self. And so I hope you will come back and test that proposition over and over again. And I think you'll discover that though this may not be the university you attended 5 or 10 or 15 or 20 years ago, it is still in all its essential features, in all it stands for, and for all that it articulates, the same University of the South that has been here for 150 years. Committed to its students, committed to its region, recognizing that its face must be, as it always has been, resolutely forward, learning from its past, but never seeking to dwell in it as though that were even possible, and preparing students for lives of purpose and leadership in the 21st century, which they will not only inhabit, but will shape. And if you were to come and look around, you would see visible signs of change and growth at the university. We're just completing work on a new health and wellness commons on the site of the old book and supply store, attesting to our commitment to health and wellness properly and fully understood, and placing that commitment front and center on University Avenue, a place that will welcome students, a place that will speak to the needs and the hopes and the expectations of students and their families, now and in time to come. If you were to venture downtown, you would see the new Sewanee Book and Supply Store, almost ready for operation. It too, an addition to what is becoming an increasingly dynamic downtown business community, and representing the university's commitment, a palpable, tangible, visible commitment to helping support our business partners in the local community. And this is only part of a long-range capital improvement program that will see us begin the renovations of Carnegie Hall very soon, and eventually also the renovations of the School of Theology at Hamilton Hall and of the Thompson Union, now named the Beal Commons in recognition of a significant gift by the Beal family and the Beal estate, providing a social center for our students as well. And so our university has not been inhibited by the temporary setbacks of this past semester. We are continuing with these projects because we know that the success of an institution and its long-term viability cannot be and should not be measured by what has happened in a single quarter or a single couple of quarters. This university is in it for the long run, and we mean to thrive and to prosper in the years ahead. One might look, therefore, at the physical condition of our campus, and one might take pride in the beauty of that campus, as we always have. But even more important, it seems to me, is the quality of the students we are attracting here. And this has been, by any standard of measurement, a banner year in the Office of Admission. We have seen a record number of applications. Indeed, we have smashed through the previous record of about 4,500. As of today, we have more than 5,000 applications for membership in the class of 2024. We've offered admission, and that offer has been accepted by an entering class of right around 530. This, too, is a record number. And though we're certainly aware of the fact that things may happen and things may change over the course of the next few months, and that some of our students may, for various reasons, choose to delay or to defer their beginning or the continuation of their education, we have every reason to believe that these record numbers will hold, that we will be able to open for instruction on time, perhaps in a very different social setting, and perhaps with certain necessary conditions in order to maintain the health of this community, but no less committed than ever before to providing the education our students seek, our families expect, and our faculty and staff provide. So the admissions news couldn't be better. And the profile of this class is also very strong. It's strong in several ways. First of all, in terms of the academic credentials that it's presenting, and I now realize I'm about to slap every single one of you in the face. It's the strongest class we've ever admitted. Now, you may be asking yourselves, well, what were we? Well, you too were the strongest class ever admitted at the time you matriculated at the university. And because of that, every class that has come along behind you has been stronger still. You stand on each other's shoulders, in other words, and you really wouldn't want me to be standing up here now, would you, and say, oh gosh, this group is, they're okay, but they don't quite measure up to the class of 2015, and they're a far cry from the class of 2020, and they can't even stand in the shoes of the class of 1970. No, these young people have caused the value of all of your degrees to appreciate, and these young people are indeed the most promising young people we could possibly have hoped to bring to this university. And years from now, when they wonder why they're not still the strongest class that ever matriculated at the university, my successor will be explaining to them why, and they will understand. They will understand that because of who they are and because of what they did, because of who you are and because of what you have done, the best and the brightest will continue to want to come to this university. So the academic profile of this entering class is very strong, as is the socioeconomic profile. And let me talk for just a moment about that. This university made a bold decision last year, and I credit our Board of Regents for the judgment and the boldness to make that decision, and that is to meet the full need of every admitted student. And that's the first time in a long time that the university has been able to make that commitment. And while it's too simple to say that that accounts for the remarkable uptick in the number of applications to the university, there's no mistaking the fact that by our saying we're going to make it possible for you to come to this university regardless of your ability to pay, has gotten the attention of applicants far and wide who bring great strengths and great attributes to our university. Now that is possible only because of the generosity of you, our alumni. We will be wrapping up in just a few short days the Stronger, Truer, Sewanee Capital Campaign. The goal for that campaign, you may remember, was $250 million. We smashed through that goal over a year ago, and we extended it because there were still some unmet needs, and one of those unmet needs was scholarship. Well, the extended family of the university has risen to the occasion. We now are north of $290 million in total funds committed to the Stronger, Truer, Sewanee campaign, and we are able now to offer admission to students and meet their full need. You have made that possible, as you have made so many other things possible through your gifts. Internships, scholarships, improved facilities, improved compensation for our faculty and staff. Indeed, our ability to weather the COVID-19 storm has been enhanced to a notable degree by the financial support that you have given Sewanee. Our pre-professional programs, our Office of Civic Engagement, a dining hall that continues to support local providers and offer more than 20% of its food offerings from locally sourced suppliers. All of these things are a testimony to a university that is confident about its present, confident about its future. And that confidence was reinforced even quite recently, and again, you had lots to do with this. Tiger Tuesday, 1,876 participants, $743,000 raised, gifts from 48 states and from classes ranging from 1952 to 2021. A conspicuous achievement, and one that would surprise only those who don't know this university and who don't know the loyalty that this university's extended family has for it. And so I would argue, I would submit, in wrapping up my case, as it were, that this university has every reason to be confident about its future. We are attracting strong students. We're attracting strong faculty and staff. We are continuing to raise the resources needed to support our academic mission. We have an obligation to the community that lies beyond our gates, whether on the Cumberland Plateau, or whether in our southern region, or indeed across the country and around the world. Our students and our alumni are occupying positions of leadership in their communities, and they are, as I noted before, marked forever as one of Sewanee's own. Though small in number, totally, you can find them everywhere. And they're there ready to help a student along. They're there to help interested students find their way here. And they're always eager to do whatever they can to support alma mater. One of the great sustaining features of my time as Vice Chancellor has been the knowledge that that support is so dependable, that that support is so strong, that that support is so deep, and that you are there because you love this university. And that is why I'm confident that even after my days in this position have come to an end, this university's best days will, as they have always been, ahead of it. Those were the aspirations of the founders back in the 1850s when they believed that the country needed and did not have a comprehensive private university. They believed that only the Episcopal Church could do it, and they set about raising the funds to make it happen. They dedicated the cornerstone of that university in 1860, and as we know, that was about the least propitious of times, because not long after that, secession, war, destruction not only of the physical place known as the university, destruction also of some of the premises on which this university had been based. But if the university had been based only upon slavery and only upon plantations, there would have been no reason for anyone ever to return to this mountain to try to revive the dream of a university. But return they did in 1866, and there weren't any Confederates then, and there weren't any slaves, and memories wouldn't suffice to make the dream come true. And the clock was ticking. Because within 2 years, 1868, they would either need to open their doors or they would forfeit the gift of 5,000 acres from the Sewanee Mining Company. So there was no time to dwell in the past. There was no time to reminisce. There was no time to be nostalgic. There was no time to wish that a world that was lost would return. No, it was time to get to work, to build the buildings, to raise the money, to recruit the students. And those second founders did just that. And in August of 1868, the first students matriculated to the University of the South, beginning a continuous stream of students who have come here seeking education ever since. And we are the heirs of that determination. We are the heirs of that vision. We are those in whom they trusted, and we are those to whom they have transmitted this university, as we in turn will transmit to our successors a university like the city of Athens, and as the citizens of Athens pledged, a place not less beautiful, but more beautiful than it was when we received it. And so, facing resolutely forward, confident in our ability to meet the challenges of our own times, and proud, though also humble, of what our history has made us and of how we approach our work ahead. We say simply in conclusion, thank you. Thank you for all that you have done to bring this university to the present point. Thank you for your commitment to this university. And know, will and fully and always know, that this university, committed as it is to the first words of the 133rd Psalm. We'll always aspire to be that place where kindred dwell together in unity. Behold, how good. Thank you. Thank you for your friendship. Thank you for your support. May God bless you, and may God forever bless the University of the South.
Thank you, Dr. McCardell, for your leadership. Now, I'm delighted today to present our Alumni Awards. The Associated Alumni Awards are the highest awards presented by the Associated Alumni. Along with the honorary degrees bestowed by the university, these awards go to our most distinguished alumni. As I begin, I would like to call your attention to the biographical profiles of each of today's winners, which can be found in the links on this reunion website. Our first award is the Distinguished Young Alumnus Award. The purpose of this award is to recognize graduates from the last 15 years who have distinguished themselves in their chosen field and who have demonstrated concern for and service to their community. This year's winner is Catherine Wilkinson, class of '05, who is a New York Times best-selling author, strategist, speaker, and teacher, focusing her work on environmental issues. She was Sewanee's 25th Rhodes Scholar and went on to get her PhD from the University of Oxford. Last year, Time magazine named her as one of the 15 women who will save the world. Congratulations, Catherine. Our next award is the John R. Crawford, class of '28, Distinguished Alumni Service Award, which is given to recognize faithful, dedicated, and long-standing volunteer service to the work of the university. This year's winner is Bob Gaines, class of '60. Bob has served Sewanee in a variety of ways for over 50 years. His significant pattern of volunteer service to the university has positively represented the university and its mission. He is the chair for his class and writes the most remarkable newsletters that he sends by mail to his classmates to keep them in touch with each other and with Sewanee. Congratulations and our thanks to Bob Gaines. Our final award this morning is the Distinguished Alumni Award. The purpose of this award is to recognize alumni who have distinguished themselves in their field, bringing favorable attention and recognition to the university, as well as those who have demonstrated outstanding service to their community and who have shown repeated loyalty to and support for the university. This year's winner is Nathaniel Owens, class of '70. Nathaniel is a retired judge from Anniston, Alabama. His distinguished career after Sewanee began as a trailblazer at Emory Law School, followed by service to our country during the Vietnam War, and becoming a district court judge in Alabama. Bubba, as many of his classmates called him, was the first African-American graduate of the university, the first full-time African-American assistant district attorney in Alabama, and the first African-American judge in Alabama. He says, "He was first so others could be next." What a wonderful sentiment. We are very proud of you, Judge Owens. Finally, the Associated Alumni has for many years named recipients of the Distinguished Faculty Award. This award both honors the recipients and reminds us all how our support of the education provided by the university is fully realized through the faculty that are giving their lives to the university. The Distinguished Faculty Award is given to members of the faculty or staff whose care and concern for students and whose transformative effect on their lives and work is unsurpassed. This year, the winner is Professor Julie Barabitsky. Julie Barabitsky has served Sewanee students for almost 25 years as a professor of history and as the creator of the Women and Gender Studies program. With her retirement this academic year, she will leave chief achievements of fostering women's ability to thrive on campus, advocating for adequate support and response for sexual assault victims, and pushing for more racial diversity in her department faculty and throughout the school. The devotion to her students is unmatched, and her contributions to campus life are remarkable. Congratulations and thank you. Best wishes to Dr. Julie Barabitsky. All of the recipients have sent video messages with thanks for these awards, and I will hope you will view those and take time to read their impressive accomplishments. You can find the videos and full biographical profiles on the reunion website. Your reunion year provides an excellent opportunity to support the university in a way that is personally meaningful to you. Your reunion gift committees, and those names are listed on the website, have worked especially hard to bring your class together in this way. I hope you will take a look at the progress. The gifts so far are listed on the reunion website. And when I say progress, the fiscal year ends June 30th, and you can still be a part of that success. So let's celebrate the work the reunion giving committees and you all have done this year in honor of your reunion. We thank you for your generosity in this way. I'd also like to call your attention to the new members of the Founders Challenge, alumni who have reached 25 years of giving this year. A list can be found on the website as well. We will let you know as soon as we can about the rescheduled date so you can plan to be here for your reunion celebration. We miss you. Stay safe and healthy, and we look forward to being together soon. Yay, Swanee's right.